West Cranmore in Somerset and number 15 seed, Ming Dienasty.
Huh? Hey guys, I'm Dienasty9132, I'm the Robot Wars Guru. Seedings were a great thing in the classic series of Robot Wars. They allowed new viewers to know what robots to look out for, split up the favourites until the later rounds, and gave the show a bit more tension in each battle. They were definitely something I miss when the show returned without them. However, just because they were a great idea doesn't mean the producers always got it right. In almost every series of the show to have them, there was at least one seed that was vehemently disagreed with by the fans. Kilohertz being seeded 16th in Series 4 and Minimal being seeded 19th in Series 5 are just some examples. Now, I've only summoned a series of videos about how the seeding should have been done. Ah well. Still, I think the major glitch in the seeded robots matrix is Ming Dienasty. Everyone, and I do mean everyone, often looks at this seeding choice and scratches their head like a DJ scratches a record. And being honest, I can understand why. The Ming series of robots weren't exactly great, with the team failing to make a heat final in 4 separate series at this point, with 3 different robots. Not exactly enthralling, is it? But I'm not one to judge a book by its cover. I like Little Fly for Christ's sake. In this video I'm going to take a look at Ming Dienasty and its predecessors and see if I can try and defend this seeding choice. And once I've done that, I'll then take a look at some other candidates that might have deserved the seeding more. Let's dive in. First up, did Ming Dienasty deserve the 15th seed? Honestly, I can see why it was seeded. Series 7 was an odd beast of a series with so many legends and former success stories not returning. When only 7 semi-finalists from the previous series returned, you know there's going to be some barrel scraping. Still, previous series have had no issue seeding robots based off of one series success, so it is a bit odd they chose to pick a multi-time poor performer over a one-time decent performer. Still, Series 7 would have been Team Ming's 5th series, and 5 series experience was a strong category for a robot to get seeded. Bulldog Breed and Smidsy had never won a heat before, but were seeded 12th and 13th respectively due to how long they had been competing. Pussycat didn't even enter Series 6, but was still seeded due to past success. This is the thing with seedings, they aren't always concrete, and you do need to take a closer look at some of the finer things. So Ming Dienasty does have the experience under its wing. Then you have to look at its past success. Now I know, Team Ming and success don't exactly go hand in hand. Like I said, they never made a heat final in 4 series up to this point. But what about in the side events? Well, they beat Megamorg in a Vengeance battle, and they made it to round 2 in the Series 4 War of Independence. Okay, their side event success was dismal, in the UK at least. But in the US series, Robot Wars Nickelodeon, they entered the International Tag Team Special with Rick and won. Yes! Ming 3 won a trophy in Robot Wars. Dominator 2, Hypnodisc, Wild Thing and Exterminator never did, but Ming 3 did. Smack my ass and call me Ginger. I don't think that was ever a possibility in anyone's mind, was it? But yeah, Ming Dienasty is technically a trophy holder and has a lot of experience. Also, it's a mild no, but you could also say that the team happily wearing costumes and getting into the spirit of the show might have been a reason behind it. After all, Sir Chromalot and Stinger were seeded 27th and 30th respectively in Series 4 for being popular with viewers. I'm not saying it's correct, but it is a criteria that might have been used considering the lack of returning All-Stars. All in all, yes, I can see why Ming Dienasty was seeded. However, that doesn't mean I think it should have been. My mindset on this topic is the same as my mindset on skydiving. Yes, I can understand why someone might think it would be fun to jump out of a moving plane with a backpack stuck to them, but I personally would never do it myself, thanks. And that rule applies here for one simple reason. There is no way in Craig Charles' coke-filled nostrils that anyone could look at Ming Dienasty and think, yep, this is a favourite to win the series. It's a fucking go-kart with a drill strapped on top of it. The main basis of seeding particular robots was to give viewers an idea of how well a robot was expected to do. If a robot was seeded 7th, for example, it was expected to finish in the top 8. No one in their right mind would think this thing would make the round of 16, aka the semi-finals. Even Storm 2, a newcomer to the main competition in this series, had more of a right being seeded 16th because it won the New Blood tournament, which was itself a mini-series. Ming 3 won a Tag Team Terror, so therefore shared the win, and it won against unconvincing robots like Spin Doctor and Cat 3. Not exactly breathtaking, is it? So no, I wouldn't have given the 15th seed to Ming Dienasty. What robot would I have given it to? Well, there are a few candidates. First up is Vader. Vader was a solid vertical spinner at a time when they weren't as big of a deal as they are today. In other words, it was something a bit more refreshing to look at. Not only that, but their campaign in Series 6 was no slouch. They KO'd the Stag in round 1 before one-hit KOing Agrabot in round 2. And unlike some vertical spinners, Vader actually worked through its entire heat final battle with Wild Thing and lost on a close judge's decision. Would the 15th seeding be that unrealistic to give to Vader? Another robot is Hydra. In Series 6 it came back, much improved from its Series 5 counterpart, with the highly underrated Axe Lifter combo and performed well, giving Dominator 2 a run for its money not only in round 1, but in the heat final also. Not only that, but it proved to be a tough robot, managing to survive the horrendous punishment Dominator 2 dealt it and make it to the judge's decision. And they were runners-up in the Extreme 2 Tag Team Terror after a very convincing performance throughout the tournament. A few people think Steel Avenger deserved it, but I disagree. Not only did they miss out on Series 6, but they had no trophies to their name, and they had only made one heat final by this point, which was way back in Series 4. King B is another one that pops up a lot, but again, they missed out on Series 6, and the last time they made a heat final was Series 3. Sure, they won the first Tag Team Terror, but there had been 2 more Tag Team Terrors by this point. Cat 3 gets mentioned a lot as well, but again, I don't agree with it. A 2-time first round dropout and a 1-time only heat finalist doesn't make a great seed, I'm afraid. But there is one more robot that I do believe deserved it more than any other robot, to the point where I'm genuinely shocked it wasn't already given a seeding regardless. And that robot is Disco Inferno. Honestly, think about it. Not only is Disco Inferno one of the many returning heat finalists from Series 6, but they are also a former champion in their own right, winning the second Annihilator in Extreme 1. It was also capable of causing serious damage. All of these things added together are things that would make it a favourite to do well. Is it really that hard to imagine it making the semi-finals? I think there was a missed opportunity here as well, as Disco Inferno could have filled the void of scary horizontal spinners that was left empty after Hypnotist didn't return. And that's it for this discussion and this video. Do you agree with my thoughts, or do you think I'm a pleb? Do you think Ming Dynasty deserved the 15th seed? Who would you have picked to get the seed? Let me know down below. Thanks for watching, I've been Anderson913, the Robot Wars Guru, and I'll see you next time.